Alrighty, guys. Let's get back into this. We got our tips, I assume. Yeah, that one I remember now. I remember. We had some good fun club games last one. Let's see what's gonna happen now.
どうだったケイちゃん。レナさんの家に行ったでございますか?
Oh yeah, and we saved Colonel Sanders.
すごかったでしょ? そんなことないよね。ね。
Unlike my house, the Ryugu residence wasn't newly constructed. It had been renovated from a pre-existing building. Well, the house itself was fine. The problem was the yard. There, it was crammed with rows upon rows of oddities. I see. I wonder if her parents are weird too. Or if it's just all from Rena. They were all the same as Colonel Sanders. Stuff you'd see while walking around in town. The cake shop's mascot, Lil Licky. The Toadalmon in front of the pharmacy, is that a Digimon? She even had the amazing flying elephant from the top of the department store.
そこまでは100歩譲って可愛いことにしてもいい。だがあの郵便ポストは変だぞ。
The mailbox?
ああいうのってまずいんじゃ
Did
ない
she
のか?
steal a mailbox? That's a felony in the United States. Come on.
だって、可愛いんだもん。
She must have just thought about it because her face filled with delight.
出かけりゃいいのか。出かけりゃ。
お部屋には小さいものがごっちゃりと陳列してありますの。
Of
前に
course.
拝見したことがあるでございますわ。
で、リカちゃんみたいな可愛い子は地下室にしまうのか。
なんでもしまっちゃうよ。
She doesn't deny it.
可愛い。
So she takes anything she likes back to her nest. No ill will intended.
なあレナ、ニューヨークに自由の女神って
The
あるだろ。
Statue of Liberty.
あれ、可愛いか?
可愛いよ。
So is it just big things? That's like, I don't know. She has, man, figuring out her qualifications for being cute. The U.S. should probably come up with some countermeasures ASAP. If not, the Statue of Liberty really will take a trip to Hinamizawa in the not so distant future. That would be awesome.
お待たせしましたです。
Rika-chan had returned.
職員室に呼ばれるなんて面白くないよな。なんかやったのか?
No way Rika would do anything wrong.
失礼な。リカはケイチさんのような不良とは違うで
A
ございます。
hoodlum.
違うよケイチくん。リカちゃんはお祭りの実行委員さんなの。
The festival committee.
祭り? 学校の文化祭かなんかの?
ケイちゃん。この前言ったじゃん。
Oh yeah, I don't remember what they said. They said something about a festival or something at some point. I don't remember.
綿流しのお祭り。
Watanagashi. Oh, come to think of it, she did say there'd be a festival at the shrine during the next break. Oh yeah, I was when they were at the shrine. Yeah.
その綿流しって何なんだ? 灯籠流しみたいなもんか?
最後に沢に流すってとこだけは同じかな。 傷んで使えなくなったお布団とかトテラとかにね。
Okay.
ご苦労様って感謝して供養しながら沢に流すお祭りなの。
Okay, I see. The people living in Hinamizawa dump their futons and padded cloaks in a stream? It sounds like it'd be a lot of trouble if it backed up the current. Maybe they should just drop some fish in and have a fish wrangling competition. Skewer them and sprinkle a little salt. Oh man, I can smell it already. Are you hungry, Keichii? Is it almost lunchtime?
それじゃあサマーキャンプですわ。ケイチさんって意外に想像力貧困でございますのね。
なんで俺がくだらん想像したことがわかった?
表情に出てましたです。
Of course. What sort of face could have expressed what I'd imagined just now? A very specific facial expression, apparently. Rena demonstrated for me. I see. No argument here.
に面白いものじゃな楽しみにしてりゃいい
Oops,
じ
my
ゃん
bad.
みんなで行こう当日は迎えに行くからね
Sounds fun. I don't really feel like going to festivals unless someone asks me to. Well, they are asking you to, so you're going. I wouldn't get bored if these guys were going, yeah.
退屈どころか今年もやるぜ
Mion's proclamation came as she looked at each member in turn. What is it? What was all this about? From the way Mion looked, it was probably, there's a hair in my eye. Like, come on.
我が部の夏の風物詩綿流し祭4強爆闘
The cotton drifting 4-demon firefight. Of course.
センスねなんだよそのネーミングは
レナは可愛い名前だと思うけどな
God. Okay. Of course she does. I tried to object sharply, but since Rena looked happy about it, I decided it was pointless to fight it.
ケイチもいますから今年は5強爆
Oh,
闘になり
true.
ますです
True. What was the name again? Cotton drifting 4-demon firefight. So now it would be the cotton drifting 5-demon firefight. Rika-chan made a small correction in light of my presence.
でこの仰々しいネーミングの部活動とお祭りがどう結びつくんだ
日頃部活動で培った実力をご披露するのでございますわ
Of course.
その通り日々の厳しい試練を乗り越えた精鋭中の
Well,
最精鋭たる我々の実力
Keichi's at a bit of a disadvantage because he's only been in the club for like 2 days. He hasn't nurtured very good skills yet.
村長さんに怒られたし今年は迷惑をかけないようにしないとね
Ah. I wonder what they did last year.
露店巡りをしながら部活動をするわけです
Sounds about right, yeah. Rika-chan really is the only one who explains things, so they make sense. I see, so we'll be exhibiting on those busy festival grounds. Rena was right. Of course that would be a reason for the mayor to get angry.
でも楽しいんだよ
That was the only point I did not doubt. It would be, without question, fun. The day of the festival was drawing near.
じゃそれはそれとして今日も始めようかね部活動
Again? We're doing another one? Alrighty.
ナース
Our voices ring out in unison.
やっぱり人数が多いときはトランプが一番の
Oh
王道だ
god.
よね
Not again.
まさにこれぞテーブルゲームのベーシック
また乾杯トランプか
Yeah.
今日は新品
Oh, okay.
傷はないから本当に条件は互角本当でございましょうねそのカード改めさせてもらいますわ
Yeah, Mion secretly marked them for herself. Well, that... Oops, my bad. I skipped that.
これなら大丈夫だよ
Well, that was fair. Just to be safe, everyone checked the cards. Okay.
みんな納得したじゃあ今日はね大貧民にしようか5人って人数もいい感じでしょ
Don't know what that is. Another standard card game. First one to get rid of all their cards wins. The basic rules. Play a better card than the one before. You can play straights and pairs. There are various techniques that improve the game, like reversals. But because it's such a well-known game, there are a lot of house rules for it as well. Not well-known to me, sadly. I mean, like, I've heard of Precedent before, I've just never played it. I don't know the rules at all. So, the name, for example. In my hometown, we called it Millionaire.
一応細部を確認しとくぜジョーカーはオールマイティか3は3枚でも革命可能か
ジョーカーはなし2が最強革命返しはあり3でも4枚なきゃ革命不可あとねゲーム開始時に貧民がいいカードを上納するってルールがあるでしょあれはなしなの
While I was confirming the familiar rules, Satoko looked over at me cautiously. I probably should have tried to look like more of an amateur. True. Might be showing your hand too much here. I was pretty used to this game. It's President, and it's with a new deck. Today, I might be able to win. I really doubt it. I had the gist of the rules now. But that wasn't enough, was it?
今日の罰ゲームは何でございますの
Batsu game.
それなんだけどさみんなで何枚かメモに書いて敗者に引かせるってのはどうかな
Okay. Oh, that seemed like it could be interesting. It does. So it's like, you know, you don't want to write something horrible, because then you'll have to do it if you draw it.
ではどぎつーの書いてケイチさんに引かせてやり
Or you can just be stupid, like Sadako.
あんまりひどいのを書くと自分で引いた時大変だよ。
負けなきゃいいってんだろ。
True.
わかってるじゃありませんか。
True. Mion handed out several slips of paper to everybody.
じゃあ適当に書いてこのカバンの中に入れて。負けた人はこの中に手を突っ込んで1枚引くってことで。
Okay, okay. Now then, what would be a good penalty? Worst case scenario, you draw what you wrote. Something too intense would be like digging your own grave.
何もなしって書くのは禁じ手にしましょうです。
True, true. Rika-chan's casual suggestion caused Mion's hand to lurch to a sudden halt. Really? Mion would do that of all people?
ミオンさん卑怯ですわ。何もなしって書いて角を
Oh, alright, I see. I see. Just in case you lost, just grab the note with the folded corner and you'd be safe. That was a good idea. Diabolical as ever, Mion. Rika-chan was quite formidable too, being able to see through that. I couldn't underestimate her, even though she doesn't stand out.
みんなあんまり意地
I
悪な罰
think there's gonna be some
ゲームを
mean
やめようね。
penalties. Nobody agreed to Rena's proposal. Everyone was ruthless.
大丈夫だよレナ。負けなきゃいいんだからな。
うん、そうだね。よし、頑張ってレナの罰ゲームをみんなに引かせるぞ。
My bad. Rena was quite brutal, even though she usually appeared meek. Better not underestimate her either.
同感ですわ。特にレナの罰ゲームってのがとっても気になるでございます。
She gets to take you home.
誰の罰ゲームでも怖いです。
I still didn't know what Rika-chan's penalties would be like.
つまりこのゲームには負けられないってわけ。
Isn't that just all of the games?
ご一度覚悟はいいね。
We all nodded determinedly. Having confirmed that, Mion dealt out the cards. Alright. Finally, the battle begins. I had a decent starting hand. Card after card was played in the middle. Not needing Mion to tell them, both Rika-chan and Sadako played their cards without hesitation. Rena and I were the only ones who paused to think. It seemed that Rena genuinely couldn't make up her mind, but I was different. I was like a shark stalking its prey, just waiting for the right time to strike.
あれこれ通るのかよ。じゃあ3出して上がりだぜ。
Oh, wow.
9いないですの。8、7上がりでございます。5と5上がりますです。じゃあ最後の1枚を捨てて
Oh, Mion lost?
上がり
Wow.
ね。気をしたか。
The loser of the first round was, of all people, Mion. And now I was certain. Today, I could win. You're really getting confident,
じゃ
Keichii.
あみーちゃんこの中から1枚引いてね。
Mion, accepting her defeat, scrounged around inside the bag and pulled out one piece of paper.
誰これ。あんたやつ誰。
Mion quivered and shrieked.
どんなのどんなの。
Rena was also surprised when she peeked at it. What kind of terrible thing was written on it? Pet the principal on the head. That's a good one, Rika.
ちょっと待て。これがどうやばいんだ。
Well, that would
ケイ
be...
チ様気づきませんの。
I mean, not even knowing anything about the principal, I would not want to go pet the principal on the head. So, that would be awful for me already.
校長先生は頭髪が薄いことを恥ずかしがってますの。
I see. Sadako yelled with a serious look on her face. But she wasn't as loud as Mion's shriek. What could it be?
校長先生は武道の達人なのです。
Was he just gonna kill you if you go pet his head because of his thinning hair? Awesome.
若い頃は世界を修行して回って
What, like hello?
極めきったと豪語してますの。戦後の日本の教育の乱れを憂いて教育者に抵抗したんだって。
He was inhuman. Pet that guy's head?
部長の私が模範を示さないわけにはいかないね。
Good luck. She bellowed out a yell as she dashed off down the hallway.
静かにこっそり行って穏便に済ます方が有利じゃないのか
Yeah, I guess just sneak up behind him.
多分無理だよ。だって気配でアメフラシが探せるって言ってたし。
What? So their principal went on like a shonen journey as a child, and I could do nothing but wait with bated breath. A rumble shook the classroom.
校長先生、超大きな
Special
都合
launcher
です
move. He's like, it's doing a Street Fighter combo on Mion. Following the launcher with a jab jab strong fierce combo. Okay, yeah, exactly. He's even using meter.
ジークンドーだな
知らないよ。食らいたくないもん。
Nothing I could do now except stay calm. I understood now why there were no delinquents at this school. After a few moments of silence, Mion slumped back to us.
撫でた。これで。
You know, if she's still walking and she's fine, the principal must not be as strong as Runa. So, I mean, you know, we have that going for us at least. Mion said before collapsing. Never mind, she still collapsed, but it was a delayed collapse.
とりあえず生きてますわね。ゲーム続行は可能でございますわ。おに。
I was amazed the person who made club activities like these could say that.
でもこれで一番おっかないゲームがなくなったね。
Maybe. Rena tried to lighten the mood, and was only met with Mion's malicious grin. She was serious now. Yeah, I wonder what Mion wrote down.
もう手加減しないからね。あんたたちにも思い知らせてやろうじゃん。
The pace of the game became bizarrely quick. I could tell the game had gotten more intense.
S345 あっかり。これで僕も上がりますです。
Uh-oh.
俺も上がらせてもらうぜ
これで上がりですな。
Oh, Rena.
負けちゃったよ。
And the heavens chose to vanquish Rena.
どんな罰ゲームだろう。どんな罰ゲームだろう。
It wasn't exactly hard for her to be worried. Just thinking of the level of difficulty of Mion's first penalty still made me quiver. And so, the penalty she drew with trembling fingers was... The heck was this? Speak like a maid. I feel like Sadaka wrote that.
これってどうすればいいの？
Well, you have to speak like a maid.
ってことはつまりそういう口調で喋れということではございませんの？はいご主人様。
It hit me like a ton of bricks. I had no idea who wrote that penalty, but she was awesome.
じゃあレナカードを集めてみんなに配ってくれるかな
はいご主人様。
I could just die right now.
とにかくゲームを続行しようなあレナ
ご主人様。
The eagerness to which I was goading Rena into addressing me as master was downright impressive, if I do say so myself.
もう負けないよ。上がり。私も絶対負けられないでございますのよ。上がりましたです。
ならこれで俺も
Did Rena lose again? No.
負けでございますか？
Rena again. What kind of penalty would it be this time? I was delighted by the mysterious sense of anticipation. Anticipation? No, this was conviction. Remove one item of clothing from the top and bottom halves of your body. Like, hello. Keichii had to have written that one.
それはまずいだろ
Yeah, Keichii wrote this. Hello.
こんなの書いたの
You. My face reddened in anger. If I didn't yell something else out, I wouldn't be able to hide my shaking. Ah, who did write that? God, please, give that man a Nobel Prize. Yeah. Awesome.
何 ーベルスケベーションですわね。
Not good, not good. What I was thinking about was written on my face.
みーちゃん。
You can't, come on, you have to do it. Rena begged Mion with teary eyes, but everyone knew Mion's answer already.
はいはい、甘えない甘えない。開けたら潔く。
Awesome.
わかりました、ご主人様。
Keichii, come on.
脱ぎます。
I looked around, thinking someone else would probably stop her. Of course, I wasn't exactly trying to stop her either. Then I heard the rustling of clothing. The sound of her skirt hitting the ground sent my heart racing.
これでよろしいでしょうか。ご主人様。
I looked away like a gentleman. But these class activities, you needed to be ruthless after all. Oh, okay.
なんだ。
ケイチさん、何を期待してますの？下に体操服着てなかったら
Oops.
さすがに脱げませんわ。
Sadako poked fun at me, but right now I can't hear it.
ケイちゃんもやるね。こっちの方向で攻めてくるとはおじさん、予想もつかなかったわ。
違う。これは俺が書いたんじゃない。
Yeah, very convincing, Keichii.
ご主人様が書いたんじゃないですか？
Her squirming around in her PE clothes made it impossible for me to not feel anything. Calm down, Keiichi Maibara. Mion probably wrote that one and planned to go after me as I panicked. You can't fall for her trap after knowing it's a trap. Clear your head. Calm down and assess the situation. I was determined to think my way out of this. And the answer was quite simple.
俺はガーッツ。
If you say so. I then became a god. Okay. I, who had already entered the domain of godhood, what would dare stand in my way? It was like they were pulled to me magnetically. I was picking up aces and twos like nobody's business.
なんでこんなにカード運が悪いでございます
サトコの負けだな。
Oh, Keiichi's doing good.
引くぞ。妹口調で喋る。
Speak like a little sister.
の？はい、お兄ちゃん。
Yes. The pleasure of making this brat disgrace herself. Awesome.
またおじさんの負けじゃん。
Oh, Keiichi is
ミオンの負
sweeping
け
it.
だな。引くぞ。女子スクール水着に着替え
Wear a girls' school swimsuit. Do they have those here?
ケイちゃんに引かせなかった。
Oh, Mion wrote that. That's why it specifically says girls' school swimsuit. Yes, Mion's despair was like sweet honey.
ご主人様、また負けちゃいました。
レナの負けだな。引くぞ。1位に膝枕。
All right, okay. This is getting excessive.
この格好でですか、ご主人様。
Yeah, she's not wearing a skirt, so it's her bare legs. Oh, thank you, Keiichi. Thank you.
お兄ちゃん、強すぎですの。
サトコの負けだな。引くぞ。1位にご奉仕。
Oh God, what?
肩でも揉んでもらおっかな。
はい、お兄ちゃん。
ほら、もっと奥まで詰め立てんじゃねえぞ。
I had transformed into an evil dictator and couldn't be doing any better. This is all going to come crashing down. Like, I felt like I could control how the cards played out with my mind, and even decide what suits would appear just by willing it. By the time I realized it, I had already assembled a harem. I was laughing haughtily as I rested my head on Rena, who was now a bloomer-clad maid. Sadako was wearing a collar and had taken on little sister properties. Mion was fanning me while wearing a school swimsuit. What about Rika? Has she not lost yet?
今日はご主人様は圧勝でございますね。あんまり頭をゴロゴロしないでくださいまし。
I began to think, why does man have no end to his desires? He's getting philosophical now. How could I wish for more than this palace of dreams?
どうしましたですか、ケイチ？
どうして人の欲望には限りがないのか。
That was
憂いてい
it.
たのさ。
Rika-chan hadn't been in first, but she continued to escape being in
ケ
last.
イチは欲張りさんですよ。
Mhm.
春を知るとも言いますです。
He should.
十分理解してるよ。なんて言うのかな。もう死んでもいいって感じ。
ご主人様。
This is really, man, this is really something.
死んでもいいです叶えて差し上げますですよ。
What? Rika-chan said it in her usual calm manner with a cheery tone. This was undoubtedly a declaration of war. Oh, they actually have a sprite for her in her. It's not sprite, but art.
このどっさり大魔王をやっつけるでございます。
Archdevil of perversion.
僕では勝てないかもしれませんですが、やっつけますですよ。
Such stoicism from this little girl who's always hidden away in Sadako's shadow. It would probably be rude not to meet her head on. I shall face you myself, little one. I saw Mion swap a few cards with Rika-chan in the middle of the game, but I pretended I didn't see it. Do you believe you can defeat Keiichi-sama with just that?
2です。エースエースエースです。88888革命しますです。
Everybody looked over at me. I was still brimming with confidence. Mwahaha. The four of them have allied against me. That's it? You're making me laugh.
ありだったよな。革命返しだ。
そんなバカなことがあるわけ。
Sadako let out a shriek. Mwahaha, you simpletons. Using up all of her cards before calling the reversal left Rika-chan with no good cards. She was defeated soon after.
僕の負けです。
ついに我が軍門に下ったり。
Keiichi needs to get a grip. Wear cat ears, a bell collar, and a tail. Awesome. Mwahaha. Even the penalties were as I wished. Thank God. Rika-chan hung her head and equipped the 3 holy artifacts. It's questionable as to why such things were in Mion's locker, but since I had no objections, I didn't ask. This was so... yeah, awesome. It felt like I had become Rena. This was definitely cute. That wasn't me talking, that was the actual Rena. Yeah, it would be easy to... As Rika-chan mimicked a cat, teary-eyed, rings of smoke escaped from Rena's ears with an audible poof. That was great. I'm sure you won't, Rena. I'm sure. Mion gasped and dropped her fist into her open palm. Don't say that. Ah, I see. They thought that Rena in cute mode would be able to defeat me. Would it be that easy? Opposing me was the same as opposing God. I'd teach them their place. Uh-oh. For a moment, I didn't know what was going on. The 52 cards danced and flowed freely between Rena's hands, like the machinations of a master magician. In the middle of those flowing cards was Rena's ecstatic expression, her head bobbing around. My whole body knew it already. I was going to lose. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Everyone cheered. I was spent.
悔いはないさ。神様。短い夢をサンキューな。
さあ、引くでございますよ。ケイチさんの罰ゲーム、これです。
Oh God. Everybody peeked at it in unison, gazes flicking between the text and my face.
今日一日はしゃがせてもらったからな。何でもやるぜ。内容はなんだ？
全部。
は？
Every penalty up until now. Oh no. So what? He has to. So oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So he has to, he has to do all of that, but he also has to go pet the principal on the head.
はい、お姉ちゃん。はい、ご主人様。
Doesn't he have to imitate a cat too? Come on. Rena passed out with a squeal, blood spewing from her nose like a fountain. My dignity was being trampled more than a communal doormat.
次はおじさんだね。まずはのんびりとうちわで仰いでもらおうかな。あ、そうか。これも着ないとダメだよね。スクールに。
How is it gonna fit him?
それ女子用だろ。俺は男子用でいいんじゃない
But no, it specifically said a girl swimsuit. Come on.
ここにちゃんと
Yeah.
スクール水着に着替えると明記してございますわ。
Sadako was like a loan shark. Actually, me trying to escape reality as fast as humanly possible was pretty adorable, if I did say so myself.
だって誰のスクール水着を着るんだよ。嫌だろ。俺なんかに着られたら。
あ、おじさんそういうのは全然気にしないから。いいじゃん役得でさ。私スタイルすっごく悪いから、ケイちゃんでも着れないことないと思うよ。
The executioners surrounded me, wagging their fingers. My first thought, it's tied around the waist. Second thought, the chest area was pretty loose. Third thought, the crotch area was... Okay. Awesome. Yeah, come on. You can't forget about that.
ケイちゃん、鏡見る。いや、マジすごいって。多分見といた方がいい。
The stern, scientific, calculating nature mixed in with her fascination made me very scared. No, you have to obey. Come on.
これで出来上がりですわね。このままの格好で下校するってのもあればよかったですのに。
じゃあ、もういいかい?
You have to go pat the principal on the head. Come on. While I was saying that, Mion placed her hands on my shoulders and Rika-chan slipped up behind me without a sound. Come on. Don't be forgetting about it. Rika-chan patted my head without saying a word. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe just do it and run. Just do it right now. Run up to him, do it, run away. Fast. I stepped forwards into the principal's office. My bell collar jingled adorably. The principal froze solid with a smile on his face as he saw me. Oh no. You just come on, you gotta do it and run away. I couldn't blame him. In the sacred place of study, specifically in his office. Though I said excuse me as I entered, the sight of a person entering with a school swimsuit, cat ears, a collar, and a tail, and for it to be a young male student, without a doubt, any normal person's psyche would have stopped cold. But this could be explained. We'll call it uncanny valley camouflage, if you will. When humans see others, they can only begin to act after confirming, is this human? Meaning that if he could not comprehend what was in front of him, then in those moments before he could begin to fully process the situation, his mind was completely blank. That was my one and only chance for victory. My penalty. Rubbing the principal's head. The zhing sound echoed loudly. He went straight for the special move. The principal said one thing to me. And in a heartbeat. He's dead. Rest in peace. The tremor resounded throughout the Hinamizawa twilight. Rip. Keichii died. Again. That was great. That's what he deserved, you know? That is what he deserved, so... Seems good to me. Reno was given permission to caress Rika-chan's head as much as she wanted, so they headed home together, very pleased. Once again today, it was just Mion and I going home. You gonna ask her about, you know?
Yeah, 白熱したね。ケイちゃんがあんなに大貧民が強いとは思わなかった。いや、俺自身が一番驚いた。
Because like, if he wants to bring up the damn site murder, because I was thinking about it more, is it's like, if Keichii is correct that the reason that they are not wanting to talk about it is because, like, why would you? You know, it's kind of a grim subject to just bring up a dismemberment murder that happened 4 years ago. So, like, I guess you just have to be careful not to directly call her out on it for lying, because that'd be kind of awkward and weird. But, like, well, I don't know. Why even bring it up? Who even cares, honestly? He read the newspaper about it. Why even bring it up, I guess, you know? Because the only reason I think there's still stuff about it that's weird is because this is a video game, and I know it's going to mean something. From Keiji's perspective, it's like, okay, so a murder happened 4 years ago. I read the newspaper about it. So what? Who cares? You know, from that point, who cares? If I was playing with guys, I wouldn't have been that strong.
ひってえ目にあった。あんな姿で担架で運ばれた日にゃ、松代までの恥だ。
Well, okay, I guess the only thing about it is the fact that the main perpetrator hasn't been caught, right? But like, and I guess it's just concerning to Keichii. I can imagine it would just be concerning that Mion and Rena lied to him about it. But you could just justify that. I mean, it is weird. It is weird. But I could just imagine in this situation justifying it as, you know, it's like, why would they don't want to bring it up, I guess, you know. I don't know. I can't decide.
でもいいじゃん。7台は自慢できるくらいいい目も見たんだし。
Well, when she says it like that, we both smiled at each other. Oh, Tomitake-san. It was Tomitake-san. It felt like I'd been running into him quite often.
どうも。いい写真は撮れてますか？
ま、そこそこにね。
Now, she knows him. Tomitake-san suddenly leaned over and whispered in my ear.
しかし、ケイチ君も隅に置けないな。今日はこの間とは違う彼女。
What, a guy can't just have multiple friends that are girls? Come on.
そういうんじゃないですよ。
とぼけないとぼけない。若いうちは経験が大事なんだからな。
Wonder how old Tomitake is. Because Tomitake-san let out such a crude laugh, Mion knew what we were talking about without even hearing his whisper.
富武のおじさまだってなかなか隅に置けないって噂ですけど。
いや、僕はそんなつもりで。
はいはい。お仕事頑張っていい写真いっぱい撮ってくださいな。バイバイ。
Mion seemed to really want to get rid of this lout quickly. This lout? From the way she spoke, it seemed as if Mion knew Tomitake-san quite well.
おじさまは今年は渡長島で滞在ですかな？
うん、そのつもりだよ。お祭りを一通り撮影したらまた東京に。
Oh, so that's probably why he came here in the first place, for Watanagashi.
カメラマンってやつは本当に気楽な商売ですから
Well, maybe.
早くでっかい賞を取って有名になってくださいよね。今期逃してまで写真撮影に熱中してるんだから。
そんなことはないと思うな。男は味噌汁から味が出るんだよ。
味噌から味が出てどうするんですかバッチーナ。
おっと、そろそろ宿に戻らないと暗くなっちゃうな。
Tomitake-san began to take his leave with a dry laugh. It did look like he was outmatched by Mion.
じゃあ
Isn't everyone?
お祭りでまた会おうね。
After waving a hand cheerfully, Tomitake-san disappeared amidst the cries of the Higurashi.
あんな調子で本当に有名になれんのかね。個展開いたら私の写真展示してもらう約
Oh,
束
they
にな
knew
っ
each
たんだ
other
けど
quite well, huh?
当分実現しそうにないかね。
ミオンは富武さんのことを知ってるんだ。
うん、知り合いっていうかほら、ここじゃよそ者はすぐ分かっちゃうからね。
昨日今日会ったばかりという感じじゃなかったな。
Interesting. She uses, you know, the same thing, because he said that thing about how he thought Keichii was warning him about being an outsider. She, you know, she's calling him an outsider.
富武さんね、結構ちょくちょくひなみ沢に来るんだよ。
Mm-hmm.
年に2、3回くらいかな。季節の風景や野鳥を撮影してるんだってさ。ま、大した写真じゃないんだろうけどね。
The image Mion painted of Tomitake-san was fairly unique. The Tomitake-san I knew was more mysterious. The words flowed naturally from my mouth.
富武さんって本当に野鳥撮影で来てるのかな。
Well, I mean, I'm gonna let Keiichi finish before I go off into something. Mion stared blankly at me, as if to ask, why do you say that?
なんかこう撮影以
Yeah,
外
so-
の目的で来てるようなさ。
Like, it's obvious Keiichi is thinking about the whole murder stuff, right? But Tomitake-san, it's not like Tomitake ever brought that up to Keiichi. Keiichi is the one who incidentally brought it up, and Tomitake-san just mentioned it. So, like, if Keiichi thinks Tomitake-san is here in some relation to the unsolved dam site murder, it's like, I don't know. I don't think that makes sense.
そんな気がしないか。
Like, about that incident, the dismemberment. No, that honestly doesn't make sense if he's here for anything involving that.
やっぱりそう思う？だとしたらいい感してるよ、ケイちゃん。
She agreed with what I thought, but was quite chipper in how she said it.
知ってるのかミオン。
もうね。他のみんなはひょっとすると気づいてないかもし
She
れない
is
け
thinking
ど
of something completely different.
このおじさんの目はごまかせないしね。
Mion was posturing pretentiously, but I had easily come to a very different conclusion from what she was imagining. It felt like all apprehension I had about Tomitake-san disappeared, lifting a burden off my shoulders. I hope so. You've been mean about him. I was finally able to appreciate how clear the evening sky over Hinamizawa was. I exhaled everything in my lungs and inhaled just as much. It smelled like dusk.
どうしたの、ケイちゃん？
日暮の声ってさ、こんなにも気持ちいいものだったんだなって。
ケイちゃん、何を今さら。
We both continued to giggle, not knowing why.
レナは今頃どうしてるかな。リカちゃんを思う存分可愛がれたのかな。
今頃は夕食を振る舞うから遊びにおいでって誘ってる真っ最中だよ。
うまく持ち帰れるといいな。
Would it be?
そうだよね。リカちゃんってあれでなかなかうまいから。
ああ、それは同感。頭を撫でる罰ゲーム。
Yeah, obviously.
きっとリカちゃんだぜ。
私も同感。校長先生の頭を撫でられる。
Oh, true. Oh, yeah, she could have done. I bet he would have. Yeah. Yeah, she could have gotten away with it. That is true. I didn't even think about that. How you could write penalties that, like, you personally, it wouldn't be that bad for you and it would be worse for everyone else. Just pointless chit-chat. The hot day felt like it was being cooled down by the cries of the Higurashi. She has a bit of a feeling of, like, we're nearing the end of the happy days here, but I don't know. All this talk of the festival, I feel like something's gonna go down. Oh, and that's it. Wow. Yeah, it really makes me feel like this whole Watanagashi festival stuff that's happening soon. That's gonna be something's gonna happen, you know? I mean, that's normally, a festival is normally a setting in which something goes down, you know? But it's just, like, the stuff Keiichi was thinking and saying there just very much feels like this is where we were at the end of, like, the happy, normal days in Hinamizawa for him, you know? Maybe not. Alright, let's read that tip. Community notice. We're greeting the end of the rainy season sooner than in prior years. On this day, when it feels like summer will soon arrive, I'm pleased that everyone is in good health. The season for Onikakushi is finally upon us. I believe the assistance of the town council will make this a wonderful festival. I also wish to ask for the assistance of everyone in regards to a few things. 1. Collecting bazaar goods. Villagers are welcome to put their wares on show at the well-received Hinamizawa Grand Bazaar exhibition. Anything is welcome, from unconsumed gifts to used clothing. No raw goods, please. Management. Makino. Should I write down these names? I'm going to, even though I'm gonna write them down. Because if anything, even if it'll just help me remember the name, if anything. Recruiting Lil Festival drum dancers. The renowned Lil Festival drum dancers group, known for its careful choreography, the Shofu Society, is taking last-minute participants. We're looking for any Showboat elementary and middle schoolers. Management, Kimiyoshi. Haven't we heard that name before? Yeah, we have. Yeah, it was Kimiyoshi Kichiro, was the Onikakushi Guardians chairman. Interesting. 3. Taking donations. We are accepting donations in multiples of 1,000 yen. For every 1,000 yen donation, you'll be rewarded a refreshment stand ticket. Management. Sonozaki. Interesting. That's Mion's family. We are always taking suggestions for ways to improve the festival. If you have an interesting idea, call Kimiyoshi at XXXXX. So, okay, so this Kimiyoshi guy seems like a big deal, because he was the Onikakushi Guardians chairman from that other tip, and apparently he's also, like, in charge of Watanagashi. There's a 200 yen refreshment stand ticket attached below the cut line. Oh, that's it. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm curious where this is going, I guess. It really, this really had the feeling of the last, like, calm, good, normal days to me, just based off the stuff, you know. It feels like Keiichi kind of overcame, I guess, not explicitly, but like the stuff he was saying about Tomitake-san and all that. It just seems like he kind of overcame his mental struggle somewhat with the whole dismemberment murder stuff and his friends lying to him and all that. So I feel like something is going to happen at the festival that is going to be bad. I know, a bold assertion. But I don't know. We'll see. Let me make sure I save. Man, I am excited for the Watanagashi. All right, well, that was a fun one, that's for sure. Leave a comment, leave a like if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.